Greetings, Dr. Dominique Reese here. My people, I wanted to give you some breaking news that inflation hit an all-time high last month, apparently. So some journals, Wall Street Journal, some articles, NerdWallet reported as well that last month, as of October 30th, the CPI, which stands for the Consumer Price Index, it is an index that measures the consumer spending, okay? That it grew. And so what that tells us is that inflation, which is when prices skyrocket basically, and you have less purchasing power. So I wanted to bring this news to you in case you're not following what's going on, but also to help you understand how it impacts your dollar, right? Like you could see the article, you could read it, but what does it really mean? Why should you care? Well, this is actually something that you may want to pay attention to, especially given your asset levels and where you have those assets. So I took some notes because I don't want to forget. So the CPI, Consumer Price Index, which is actually a lagging indicator. So in economics, there are indicators that we use, right, to measure what's going on in the economy. The CPI is one of them, and it is a lagging indicator. So the data shows that it increased, right? As of October 30th. What's today? November something. I'm going and coming. November something today. So it's like, well, okay, we're talking about this, and it was just measured like last month, but we're days off. It's lagging. So when we analyze the data, yeah, it kind of already happened, and now the data shows what we can report on. So it's lagging. It's not like it's a leading indicator. A leading indicator, on the other hand, would be one in which we look at the numbers and it's telling us, it's more like a projection. It's going to tell us what we can expect to see. Whereas a lagging indicator is telling us what already happened, right? So it's like hindsight is 2020 type deal. But there's implications of this data. So we take it all. The leading with the lagging. So what does this mean for your money? This means, for one, and everything in divine order, thank you, Father. Okay, let me just say that because I know when I'm talking about stuff, I know what I'm talking about. I don't always know why I get the instincts to talk about something a little bit more than others, but lately I've been having that instinct to talk more about the basics and managing our money, right? That's my thing. Manage the bag. I know you know how to go out there and get it, but I want to help you manage it. And so with this kind of news, coming out, we as consumers want to be mindful of our money right now. We are money managers, right? In our most highest financial self, whether you're there right now or not, we're not going to go there. We're just going to focus on our highest financial self. And we are money managers. We are good stewards of our resources. Therefore, we manage our money. We budget our money, cash flow management, whatever word you want to use. Whether you have a budget or not, this is the time to pay attention to what's going on with your money. Prices are rising. You go into the grocery store, you may notice that there's an increase on things. You go to the gas station, you may notice there's an increase with things, right? Lots is happening in the economy at any given time. But when things like this start to happen, it can impact your finances directly, like down to your household on a micro level. So the things that are happening on a macro level impact you on a micro level. This is why I'm so passionate about managing your money. It's not just about paying the bills. It's about knowing what's coming and what you need to prepare for, and what you might need to pivot or, tweak your strategy so that you're not getting left behind financially, and also that you're able to thrive no matter the economy, no matter what kind of market it is, no matter whether inflation is on the rise or not. So keeping your ear to the ground is one thing, but if you're not doing that, at least I'm here to help you with the information, right? But once you get the information, here's how it applies to you. So let's start with the budget, because the budget is our buddy and it is the cornerstone of our financial life. It should be what we're consulting to make financial decisions. Whole nother update, whole nother video for another time. Nevertheless, you want to take a look at your budget. Take a look at the expenses that are variable, which are those that you can do without. There are also the expenses that tend to change from month to month. So we're talking shopping, we're talking groceries, anything that's not fixed. So fixed expense is that which doesn't change from month to month. You can count on it being there. You know you're going to have to pay it, and the amount is not going to change from month to month. So things like your rent, your cell phone bill, your car notes, your insurances, those really critical expenses that you want to be sure you have paid. Shift your focus within your budget to make sure your fixed expenses are going to be taken care of, not just for this month, but for next month, because you're going to find that when you do go out and spend money, you're going to be spending a little bit more than normal because your dollar has eroded. When we are in high inflation, and I'll break it down, but once we're in high inflation or in high inflationary periods, you get less with the same dollar. So you go to the 99-cent store, right? And you used to paying $1.08 with tax for whatever. Well, that same thing that you're used to paying $1.08 with tax might now be $1.11, $1.13. A few cents. Hey, what does a few cents matter? Well, a few cents matter because for every dollar, it's increased by that amount of cents. So you want to be mindful because those cents add up over time. And that's just a very basic example. But I want to drive home the point that what you used to be able to buy for $1 now may cost you $1.05, $1.03, $1.07, right? It's just costing you more to buy the exact same thing. That's inflation. Now, that impacts your budget directly, right? Because if you're budgeting, which your higher financial self is, you've created some expectations. Okay, I'm going to spend X amount on this, X amount on that. For the next few months, you might be spending a little more than what you've already planned for in your budget. And if you haven't planned for it, then you may find yourself running out of money a little quicker at the end of the month. So if you were already living paycheck to paycheck, then it's going to feel a little tighter and you're going to really be living paycheck to paycheck even more. You feel me? So this stuff matters. All right, that's the budget. Savings. So for those of us who have money in savings accounts, like I teach my clients, and it's in Mastermind Money, 16 steps to solve your money problems and create a foundation for financial freedom, we introduce the savings framework, 5 types of savings. So if you have money sitting in the savings account, which you should, that would be your when I need it, I got it fund, AKA your emergency fund. But I don't call it an emergency fund because who really wants more emergencies? Our words are powerful. I don't want to speak that over my money. I like to call it when I need it, I got it. So if you're when I need it, I got it, money is sitting in the savings account as it should. You already know you're not making no money on that account, right? It's not a money making account. It is a when I need it, I got it account, your reserve. But your online savings account, where you keep your regular or goal specific monies and funds for the things that you're saving for, online savings accounts traditionally pay more than traditional bank accounts. So I suggest to clients, put your money in an online savings account if you're saving for something and it's just going to be sitting there. In these environments, however, you really want to try. It's not like we want to be account hopping and chasing rates, because that ain't it either. However, if you have significant assets and you are concerned about your ROI, then you want to consider a high yield savings account and or investing. investing your monies right now, because we're in an inflationary period. Any monies that are sitting anywhere are just eroding. And again, that's called erosion. And our dollars are not worth the same. The buying power of the dollar is decreasing. So that leads me to talking about investing. When investing, this is the premise of investing. It's when investors, the market, the economy has devalued the dollar, right? It's not buying the same like it used to. So where else can I put my money? This is when those conversations start to happen. Now, pause. If you're a long-term investor, you're really not bothered by this for the most part because you have a long-term horizon, okay? So the things that happen in the short term don't even faze you because you have a long-term strategy at play. However, for your short-term strategies and for those who have short-term goals, you may want to consider, where is the best place for me to put my money right now, especially if it's not that savings account because it's just sitting there and the dollar is eroding, okay? That's between you and your financial professional. This is education. Take the education and apply it to your situation. If you need some support in applying it to your situation, go ahead and click that link where you can schedule some time with me and we could talk about what your goals are and how I might be able to support you, okay? Now, when it comes to the expenses, because I talked about how your budget is going to be impacted, you want to consider two strategies. One, cutting back. Again, going back to those variable expenses that you could just kind of like be low key about. You don't need it, don't go there. Don't spend it if you don't need it. If you can not do it for the next 30 days, pocket that money, stash it, transfer it to the savings instead. And or comparison shop. This is where you may see many people doing comparison shopping. I mean, coupons could help, neither here nor there, but it's really just trying to find the best deal, right? Because prices are going up. So it's a competitive market right now. And you very well may be able to find some suppliers, some, stores where the prices are a bit more reasonable than others. So that's all I really wanted to say. It was striking to me that, we hit this milestone economically. And again, I don't see many people talking about this in our communities, and it's impacting our communities. So I wanted to bring you the information so that you have access to it and you know how to apply it to your personal situation, and to also create a small shift in your mindset so that you begin to become the better money manager, that you begin to live in your highest financial self when it comes to managing your bag. Again, you know how to get the bag. I want to help you manage the bag, because being a good steward of your money is how you're going to get more money. I know it may sound counterintuitive and you may not have any examples of that. However, what you track, what you manage increases. What you focus on expands. So if you're budgeting every week or every 2 weeks, that's focus. You can expect for your dollars to expand. You could expect for your opportunities with your dollars to expand. You can expect for your knowledge about your dollars to expand. What you focus on expands, okay? And then what you track increases. Budgeting is a twofold exercise. It's about the numbers and the management. So you got to have some strategy in there. So when you're seeing from 1 week, or, if you're budgeting every 2 weeks, if you see from a 2-week period, the numbers were X, and then the next 2-week period, the numbers are X minus whatever, so they've gone down, that could be a good thing, right? In terms of the expenses. Or you might find, man, I spent a little bit more, so X plus whatever, right? Okay, but the tracking of it all, seeing the changes from point A to point B, is now how you have information that you could take action on. That's what this is about. The budget is your buddy. It gives you information about your behavior. Money is behavioral. So these are the concepts that One, we share in Mastermind Money 16 steps to solve your money problems and create a foundation for financial freedom. You need to cop that book and stop playing. Make sure you get that as a tool, especially in times like this, because you might be like, I need to work on my budget. She's saying work on a budget. Let me just work on a budget. You can open up the book. It has a budget in there. You could write right in the book, or you could get a blank piece of paper, and create your budget from the book. But jotting down the numbers, getting an idea of, okay, for the next 3 weeks or the next 2 weeks, I have X amount going out. I have X amount coming in. We're in an inflationary environment. I might need to make sure I have enough to get me through, because things are costing more right now. You don't want to overspend right now. That is the key. You don't want to overspend, and you want to be sure that any monies that you have sitting in savings accounts align with your strategy, one, and then two, if you have opportunity, which your budget will help you will reveal, and or any strategies that you have in play, if you have opportunities to take advantage of, that you explore them. If you have an opportunity to invest some money right now, do that. Look into what the investment is, get yourself educated, understand the strategy, your risk tolerance, your time horizon, and if it's a good fit for your portfolio. Assess your investor profile and then make some decisions. But this is a time that you can do that. See, this is options. We're not just being stuck out here. So yes, okay, the book. Then this Friday, November 12th, we have the Budget Mastermind. This is when we get together as a community of wealth builders, hop on the Zoom, video on or off, completely up to you, and we budget. We budget together. We do our individual budgets together. And I figured, I'm always talking about this stuff and I budget. So let me invite the people to budget with me. How about that? We'll make it a community affair. And I've never been invited to a budget affair. You know what I'm saying? Like, nobody said, hey, Dr. Dominique, come and budget with me. So I bring the party to me. And what we do for an hour, we just hop on the Zoom. I play a little jazz and we work on our budgets, whatever that means to you. I might give some pointers. I'm available for a question or two, but I'm budgeting too. And I need every minute because I'm budgeting personal and business. So that's all we do. And an hour goes by, we hop off. Some people continue to budget because I got some feedback last time that, hey, after we hop off, I kept going. Great. That's the idea. Training your subconscious mind, as well as making it a new behavior that you're adopting, to take a look at your numbers at least once a month. However, I just made an announcement on my email list. So if you're not on my email list, you want to get on there. Click the link in the bio or leave a comment. I'll make sure you get on. And I need it more than once a month. I can't go month to month, 30 days with budgeting only once. It's too much. I have too many numbers to look at for the business and personal. So we're going to now be doing the Budget Mastermind twice a month. Okay. So that creates even more opportunity for you to join us. It's not boring. It's fun. And once you start doing it and you start learning about yourself through those numbers, because the numbers tell a story and they never lie. But once you do that, you're going to find out, one, what you've been missing. And if you've already been budgeting, I'm sure you probably haven't been budgeting in a community with other people. That's kind of different, right? So come and join us and just be surrounded in the environment. You know what I'm saying? Like attracts like. And at the same time, that spirit, it's not a competitive spirit, but we all on the same accord. Know where I'm going with that one, right? So some magic is happening. And when people come together to work on their numbers and to get serious about managing, we're just setting ourselves up, right, for a great opportunity to come. I always like to say, your numbers are a reflection of your behavior. So this is what we're doing now. We're making a decision to manage our money now. In 3 weeks, we'll be living out that decision. We'll be seeing the reflection of that decision in our numbers. All right. I've said enough and a lot. So cop the book, Master My Money, 16 steps to solve your money problems and create a foundation for financial freedom. Join the mastermind this Friday, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. We go for an hour. Hop on, Zoom on or off. listen to some jazz, get into your numbers and see what you need to be doing and moving around or moves you need to make or whatever for your personal financials. And then, yeah, just taking a look at your budget, being intentional and deliberate. All right. Dr. Dominique, I hope this was helpful for you. If it was, double tap, leave a comment, let me know. I really appreciate you. Peace.